Welcome back to the farmstead. This morning we're doing a little bit of a crafting project. Now, out by my front deck I have a bird bath, and it's one that I made several years ago, maybe a couple years ago. And I used the base of an old resin bird bath that I have, and the top of it broke, so I had to come up with something different. So I found a plastic deviled egg tray at the dollar store or a thrift store, one or the other. And I painted the bottom side of it, and it's been out in there doing its little thing for a couple years now. But somehow or other it's developed a crack. So it had to go away. So now we're going to replace it. So we're going to do something similar. I went yesterday and looked for another plastic tray, and I couldn't find that exact one. The only drawback that other one had was that it was kind of shallow, and this one is a little deeper. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, instead of just the one, we're going to use two. And I don't want to put the paint, I'm going to paint it, give it a little whimsy. And I don't want to put the paint on the top side to where the birds and the butterflies and the bees will be affected by the paint. So the other one I had painted on the bottom, but this one, I'm going to paint this tray, put this on top of it. So we'll see how that works. All right. There's that. Got me some little cups, and all these things I just got at the Dollar Tree. I've got some paint, I've got some brushes, I've got my E6000 glue that we'll use to adhere it to the little stand that's still out there. I'm going to do kind of like a flower, and I think I'm going to do, let's see, purple and a pink and a purple and a pink, maybe yellow with some dots in it, like a flower. So I'm just going to use these little cups that I've got. See how this goes. This is smooth on this side, so it should work okay. I'm going to set that on my good table. But these bigger brushes, in case I need it. Alright, so let's see how this works. Maybe I'll get one coat on there and then a second coat. That'll probably be the best thing. Alright, let's get this. Okay, there's one coat. We'll let it dry for a few minutes and go back over it with the second coat. Nice. All right, there we go. Now we'll let it dry good. We'll paint some little white dots in the middle for the middle of the flower. And then we'll be ready to put it outside. Well, I finally have a few minutes to finish up the bird bath. Now, I brought it out here the other day and I stuck it onto the base with a big old blob of the E6000 glue. I put a little bit on the base and I put a little bit on the bottom of the trays, stuck them together, and they've been sitting together for a couple of days. I put some of these marbles in there to kind of weigh it down, to hold it down, and it is stuck on there pretty good now. So we're going to add some marbles, and these are just clear marbles. And I do this because I want to have a place for bees and butterflies to land. And this is shallow enough, it probably wouldn't be a big deal, but it makes it pretty, so that's what we're doing. I'm just going to put that in the middle. And I'm not going to put my little fountain back on this. I bought a new fountain to put, and we're going to put out in the big garden. We're going to move it out there. But for now, we're going to have some marbles. Right, so that's a few. We're going to put a few in each one. And I found that these get dirty when the guys mow, but they wash off pretty easy. So I want to put some marbles, but I don't want to overfill it. There. All right, there's a few in each one. And I just brought some water. I usually fill this up with a water hose, but had to buy me a new water hose and I don't have it hooked up yet. And this does evaporate. So I'd fill it up about every time that I water the plants on the porch, but that's okay. There we go. Now, there's the water. I've got 2 bird feeders here, both of which need to be filled up after I filled them up yesterday morning and they've cleaned them out. But we enjoy watching them. Still waiting on the hummingbirds. They're not quite here yet. I thought I saw one the other day, but kind of changed my mind on that. So, but my feeder's ready. So there we have it. My DIY bird bath. we'll check on it through the summer and see how they're doing. Thanks for watching. See you next time.